Man, I can't wait to play this new DLC. So, what do I do now if this was it? Brutal demon killing. Ancient Gods Part 2 is something that I've waited for since Part 1's cliffhanger, and it's finally here. Do I like it? I mean, yeah, that's not a secret, I love this game, and I've looked forward to this DLC. But does it have issues? Of course. I didn't expect this to be perfect. Before I continue, this video will contain spoilers for the entire DLC, so you know, if you haven't played it, you should play it first and then come back. Now, let's get started. The levels in this DLC were amazingly crafted. World Spear was fun introductory to this DLC, and I really love the look of Reclaimed Earth, and it's my favorite level in the entire DLC, for the meat-hook platforming and arenas. Seeing the huge fight go around you in Imora is awesome, and the more advanced city and skyscrapers inside Imora's fortress was honestly amazing. I like the fact that we start at bright daylight and shift more towards cloudy night as we prepare for the final battle. The World Spear have more open spaces and meat-hook points in arenas which you can use to gain advantage against the demons, and fun platforming before it introduces you to more tighter arenas, which makes this my favorite Sentinel level. Reclaimed Earth gives me major Nier Automata vibes, and the arenas there are well designed, and Imora is just amazing. You firstly push through Hell's armies and get fucking catapulted inside the fortress, which at one point boxes you in with two marauders and creatures, so you really gotta be in your toes. Meat-hook platforming is now a thing, and I absolutely love it. It's so smooth and fast. I really want to see them return in the next game. Cutscenes are so entertaining, even though I skip them most of the time. I really like the new demons, despite them being more of a skins. Armored Baron offered a fun challenge, and Stone Imps were fun to blast with full auto. Creature Zombies were a fun challenge and made me really careful with my surroundings to not have a buffed whiplashes up my ass. While saying gunners, or so they say, Riot Soldiers, Hell Soldiers and Cursed Prowlers weren't that great, especially Hell Soldiers. I'll get to them, don't worry. I'd say 3 out of 6 demons were great. Hey fucker, you remember me? You literally crushed me and blew me up! Anyway, I have come here to repanter your sorry ass. I love the fact that I can utilize more under appreciated weapon modes like full auto or remote detonation. I'd say that ever since I started Doom Eternal, I wanted to love full auto, and after this DLC came out, I have learned to utilize the mod, and I am having lots of fun with it. The hammer is a better and more fun weapon than Crucible was in the base game. It gives more resources when you use it with either flame belts or ice bomb, returns some ammo while stunning bigger demons and insta-killing fodder. While it is slightly overpowered, I don't really mind it at all. It has really interesting mechanics and saved my ass during Ultra Nightmare run few times. And I mean, who doesn't love to bunk Marauder after him harassing us the entire year? This DLC offers escalation encounters, which has 2 phases. One is required to continue the game and get a hammer upgrade, and second one rewards you with a skin. Not too bad way to motivate people to do the gore nest, but it does run into same problem as Tag 1, but I'll talk about it more later. The music is good. While not good as Tag 1, nothing can beat the Blood Swamp's drop. It's still amazing work. This soundtrack also brought back the vocals, which is awesome. The story is for most part well done, but it does have some issues. But I do love the fact that we get to know that Wraiths are not really some weird space animals, but rather an ancient species who crashed into the Sentinel world. While we are talking about the story, I do like that hell wasn't always such a bad place, but turned bad because makers betrayed Daffod, the Dark Lord, and he got so furious that it transformed the whole reality. It does make you understand the guy, but does Doom Guy care? Hell no, he's here to fucking rip and tear. The purple goo is used much more interestingly. In World Spear it traps you with lots of zombies and a screecher, and in later pages he throws in 2 mangubais. Really makes you be in your toes. And the Dark Lord, he has a fucking cool mech armor. I love mech armors. I hope the developers add this as a skin in the future. He's such a cool villain and I kinda like the boss battle. I mean yeah, it was just glorified Marauder, but I really like the atmosphere and striking him once he flashes green was fun. He is quite difficult for first time players because he heals himself if he hits you with his sword or shield. And the ending cutscene where Doomslayer ends the Dark Lord is just badass. So fucking cool. And at the end where you're put back to your coffin is a nice reference to the beginning of the first game. Phew, that was hard and long fight. I am sure I can take on any demon. Oh no. And one big plus I can give to this DLC is that it didn't exhaust me as much part 1 did. As much I like the first DLC. I just find myself get exhausted after first level. And during Blood Swamps I really have to take a break, which is quite hard if you play on Ultra Nightmare. By the way, I got the skin, just wanted to let you all know, I am in the big boy ranks now. But in part 2 I don't find myself get exhausted and just want to blast through the entire DLC in one sitting. But I think it really comes down to the difficulty and how this DLC handles it. This DLC is easy. Like, wanna guess how many tries it took me to beat Ultra Nightmare? 2 tries. I died once to Imora's Core Nest, and after that I beat it fine and square. Wanna guess how many tries it took, mate? 1 try. He beat it on his first try. It all really boils down to the fact that the DLC doesn't really push you enough. Like, it throws single enemy at you without anyone supporting it way too often. Baron isn't a problem alone. He becomes a problem once he gets other demons to pressure you. If you just put one Baron against you, it will be a cakewalk. Alright, that was hard, but now I get to go home. Oh fuck. I'd say the hardest parts of this DLC was Imora's Core Nest and the final arena before Dark Lord's Sanctum. And the hammer really brings forth this problem. It stuns enemies and removes blue shields once you use it, so you can guess what problem this causes. Marauders are now a joke. Doom Hunters become easier and you just get more resources. But in the hammer's defense, I love its inclusion and say it's one of the best aspects of this DLC. But it does make some fights way too easy. I don't mind the DLC being more accessible, but some parts really should have few fodder demons supporting heavy demons. Like have a few gargoyles with the Drake Knight when he breaks the door. It will be a big surprise and make you strategize other than few weapon combos or lock on. There are also some issues with the final boss. He isn't aggressive enough, so you just wait until he flashes green. I just didn't want him to be hard. It just takes long until he attacks. It kinda gets fixed during his later paces, but he really should have been more difficult. He's after all the Dark Lord, the ultimate foe that Doom Guy needs to slay. Oh yeah, I was not fan of the plot twist of Dark Lord being actually the creator of all, and got betrayed by Father and Makers as he calls them servants. I like it more when he was Father's creation, who got too powerful and started to threaten all of creation, so Father had to seal him away. The escalation encounters have the same problem as with secret encounters during part 1. You really don't need to do them in repeat playthroughs once you obtain the skin. And this prompt, I get it, it funds you, but if I have my tutorials and in-game tips turned off, I already know it will make things harder. You don't have to tell me about this every single time. About the demons, as much as I like them, it's kinda a shame that there weren't any original new demons. More of a different counterpart from the other enemies. And I'd say everyone would have loved to see more original lore for Screechers and Stone Imp, but at least they were fun to fuck against. Expect. Fuck cursed Prowlers. I hate them. You have to memorize where they appear and really keep your eyes open for green particles. And some of the time you even notice him before he hits you. They are your number one priority to get rid of. And I know why. If he hits you, you get cursed. You can't dash, you get constantly damaged, you get this annoying green screen, and worst of all, to remove it, you have to blood punch the fucker. You can't shoot him, you have to fucking punch him. It won't be too bad if the curse lasted like 10 seconds, but no, it lasts so long until the fucker is dead. So if you don't have a blood punch ready at the moment he strikes, you're pretty much fucked. And the fucker runs and teleports away from you. He's an absolute pain and I hate him. Also, what is with the demonic soldiers? They die to a single hit. Like, I really like that they're Dark Lord soldiers, but they die in a single hit and don't deal much damage. Being his soldiers would have been cool for them to actually take more damage and cause some serious pain if you ignore them for too long. But they don't even appear in the arenas and only serve as an ambient demons. So much wasted potential. The meat hook platforming was amazing in the first level and there were hook points where you can launch yourself, but for some reason there is no hook points in later levels and Imora doesn't even have any meat hook platforming. There's only one meat hook point where you need to get yourself to upper level. The mechanic just disappears in the final level before the boss. What a shame. The platforming was really fun. Despite this DLC not really meeting our expectations, I still say that it's good and worth your time. It's lovely made and they knew what the community wanted, so I'm happy that we got this at all due to the pandemic. The ending was really surprising, but I'm glad that the Doom series isn't done yet. We just have to wait for the next game. And I can't wait for that. Before you leave, I wanna say that I have Twitter, so you know, if you're interested in what I'm doing and what my next project will be, go follow me. Thank you all for watching and have a nice day. Alright, fine. I'll just go home, stupid gold fucking. Oh boy.
It's so sad Steve Jobs died of me.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Ligma balls.